and gentlemen. I am completely pissed. I was going to write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories.
Expose, 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 expose. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you. Expose, 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 expose. It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Ah, expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Expose. 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 Ah. Expose. 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 Exposed. 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 Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking. SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vagina. Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today. Lots of exposure. And double upload. Expose. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was going to write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories.
Expose, 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 expose. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you. Expose. 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 It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Ah, expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you.
The Chris Chan situation gets weirder and weirder and weirder. Anyway, let me lower the music. I know we got Super Chat Sherry Poppers in the building. Oh, hey, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Google, for actually pop-a-doodle-doo. Thank you very much, Deadeye. So, Rich, I'm going to use my degree here, but on top of autism, I'm also pretty sure Chris Chan says clear. Dude, a psychiatrist is going to have a field day with Chris Chan. Cole Address, thank you very much for the thumbs up. I don't even know what that thing looks like. It's a green pear with hands. So I don't think I can show it here. Super horses running on all the courses with a chicken. Carlos is actually standing up pretty good today. I know he got arrested. I mean, I knew it was real already, but that, like, if there was even like a remote doubt, the guy raped his fucking mother. And what makes it even stranger, like, let's just bring the shit fucking insanity Sunday. Let's put the cherry on top of it. Ethan Ralph from the kill stream filmed him being arrested. How does that even happen? I was expecting Bill Gates to just have his paraglider and fly in naked behind him and just like start hot dry humping one of the cops' cars. Like, what is going on? How did all of that come together? How did all of that come together? No pressure, though. Saw people currently cosplaying as Chris Chan on Twitter. And yeah, dude, it's not funny. It's not and look, I'm not defending what the guy did. It was fucking hard. He raped his mother. But his mental faculties have been gone. Like, we've known. I would Blockbuster Critic is on my Facebook saying this, man. And it's shout out to Jamin. And he's right. Like, we've known that he was capable of, like, I've always been concerned that he would sexually assault a woman. I've talked about that in previous streams. But not this. Like, this is even like, nah, Chris Chan would not. Like, if you said to me, Rich, maybe he would rape his own mom. I mean, she does have dementia. Nah, get the fuck, like, dude, come on. Like, yeah, he's fucking off, but that's like next level shit. And Ethan Ralph from the kill stream on, what the hell platform does he even stream on now? Like, I thought like everyone banned him. The texts are the most horrifying thing. I've literally seen beheadings and assassinations, and the texts may actually beat them in gruesomeness. That's how vile they were. So what's going to happen to Chris Chan? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to... Where the fuck is Mike? I don't know. I just see him more so because I don't... Thank you, Matthew. I think he's just going to be committed for the rest of his life. I mean, look, I don't have a degree in psychiatric medicine. But he's obviously just gone. I think we've known that since, like, dude, like 20, like the thing that made Chris Chan funny was the fact that he was not self-aware, that he thought when he was making those songs looking for a boyfriend-free girl, he was really looking for a boyfriend-free girl. Like, if I made a song like that, you know it would be a parody. He makes a song like that. He was DTF. He was down to fuck. I'm not even going to hit the cheer button. That's not appropriate for that. Like, that's really, like, he meant it. That's what made it funny. Finally got some use of portability of my Switch. It's fun to play Ace Attorney Chronicles while you talk about Bill Gates flying naked. Dude, I have like a booger a mile up my nose, and it is not cooperating with me talking right now. And like, I feel like going That's how it sounds too. It's going, dude, motherfucker. Hold on a second. Finally, okay. Yeah, I mean, look, I play the Switch mostly portable. If not all the time portable. I don't even know why I own a regular Switch. I do, because there is once in a while I'm going to hook it up to a screen and get naked. We're going to be talking about, a lot of people are concerned, and Nintendo brought up OLED burn-in. As a person who, I ran my own experiment with OLED burn-in countless times, not because I meant to, it's because I'm a fucking idiot. These monitors behind me, I have accidentally left with still images on for days at a time and have had no issues with burn-in. Knock on wood, passionately, yet. All the phones I've owned since 2012 have been OLED. Never had a problem with burning. I'm on my phone all the time. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. I mean, unless you have like, you know, when you see burning on phone, I know there was like, Google had, when they were still the Nexus phones, I think one of their phones had an issue with burn, but that was just the panel was defective and it had just issues. But the only time I'll really see burn-in is when there's like a demo at like the mall or like at a Best Buy with a phone, and it just literally has the same thing for days upon days upon days upon days, like months upon months. So, the problem with schizophrenia is you have to nip as early as possible. If you let it go, you'll never be. Yeah, I know. My friend had a friend, and it's weird because it just, you could be a totally, or at least seem like a totally sane person, and then you like, a lot of times what I heard is that schizophrenia kicks in like your mid-20s. And then once, if you don't nip it in the bud, like you said, you're gone. You're just on a different planet for the rest of your fucking life. I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's just sad. Yes, I know. I can't show that here. I mean, not only am I just think I'm just not allowed to with what happened. I think, and I'm pretty sure that Chris Chan would probably put not a copyright, but a privacy complaint on my channel. Ethan Ralph was the person that filmed it, and he's banned on YouTube. Like, he's banned on everything. But Virtual Boy 2 greater than PS6. Thank you, Wyatt, for your amazing super chat and commentary. Always here giving the most cutting edge commentaries ever. Safe to say I'm at the lowest point of my life. I want to let you know your streams honestly help a ton. Keep doing what you're doing, dude. You will get through it. I have been literally in your position countless times. Many times, and it gets better. Even if it feels like it won't, believe me, I've been at that point where I've been like, this is not going to get better. It does. You'll look back a few months and you'll be like, yeah, thank God I realized it would get better, because it did, you know? So, it's just a fuck situation, man. I mean, again, I believe what happened with Chris Chan. I already knew it was real because of how disturbed he is. But I'm like, wow, this guy really, or they, I think that's the proper terminology, because it's not her, I believe it's they. I don't know. I'm not I'm honestly, I'm not even sure that Chris knows. You know, you guys know I'm pro LGBTQ, but we're going by a person who just raped their mother. I'm anyway. Would you interview Chris Chan? I don't think I'm allowed to. I think I would get in trouble if I, especially now with what he did. I don't even think I could have him on the channel. I'd have to talk to my network first. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like people start like panicking around 9 p.m. if like, is Rich streaming? Like, I'll see in like the Discord on my phone, is Rich streaming tonight? I was hoping he's streaming tonight. I'll see like messages on Twitter. And again, that's not a shot at LGBTQ. I just don't think that Chris has any idea. If you remember, he was actually, well, a lot of times that's usually an insinuation that sometimes people are suppressing things, but he was very homophobic. Very homophobic. Like, even back in like 2010 when I think it was more acceptable to say that, like, even he still was like, whoa, dude, chill. You know what I mean? Like, he was just like, sipping the Great Cucumber Craft Ale. Is that actually a thing? I think it's Craft Ale, probably not the cucumber part. What's up, Crystal Roses? He wrote about, yeah, how he was really, and then like all of a sudden, like a few videos I saw, he said a bunch of homophobic shit, and then he was like putting makeup. I'm like, which one is it, dude? Are you homophobic, or the next day you're putting makeup on? I don't know with him, man. If I'm, it's real. The cucumber taste is refreshing. That's one I'll have to try. I got some IPAs downstairs, but I've been avoiding alcohol for like the past week. Well, no, that's a lie. A few days ago, I had some mojitos, but generally I've been avoiding alcohol because I've been drinking it too much, so I don't want to have it. But yeah, I remember that. Like, he was like really saying homophobic stuff, and then like the next day he'd be doing like a makeup tutorial, and I'm like, weren't you just saying how like anti-gay you were and anti-LGBTQ you were, and you're now okay? I'm not knocking him for it, but like it's just a strange thing for someone to do. Simo Kriya, thank you for becoming a member. You know, so that was pretty crazy. Like, I literally just got home, dropped off my kids, and then like, maybe it was Google Fish that, did you send it to me? I think you did, or you tweeted it at me. Someone sent it to me that, what's his name, that Chris Chan is got arrested. And acid live stream, yeah, not a chance in hell. Weed'll be the max that I will ever touch. Just hey, whatever you're into, it's just not my thing. Wait, Live PD got like canceled? Like, oh, I know. Samsung's been using OLED on their phones for a long fucking time, man. Every time I fry chicken at work, I think, you work, I'm assuming you work at a restaurant. Yeah, Beal. And now I'm hearing Elon Musk, too, is saying that he won't take the vaccine. And now we got the Delta variant going around that, yeah, okay, if you have the vaccine, which is great, you won't get, it'll save your life, but you may still be able to spread it. I'm just so fucking done. I'm so done. It's just so frustrating. But anyway, I don't even feel like fucking talking about that shit again because it just turns into a shit show. Yeah. Samsung has, I remember I had the Galaxy S3 that had an OLED screen. That was my first experience, I think, with OLED. In terms of having my own phone. I mean, I remember back in Radio Shack. I mean, like you said, 2009, they've been using OLED since. And, yeah, you saw it looked nice, but that was like my first OLED phone was that. So, yeah, Samsung's been doing it for a minute, man. And that was actually the Samsung, just to show you how the Samsung Galaxy S3 was 720p. I don't care that the Nintendo Switch is only 720p. Even if they made the Switch Pro, it was only 720p. For gaming, for a smaller screen, that's fine. I'd rather them use the horsepower for different things instead of trying to push more pixels, because you don't really notice it anyway. But yeah, it's older tech, man. Have you seen the Halo Infinite preview? I think this game will be great. That's what I'm hearing. I haven't had time to touch it. Yeah, I wish I had more time to play games too, dude. It's just how life is. I was playing a bunch of Call of Duty. I'm sure I'll get into. There'll still be some game that hooks me back in. Did you see the quartering? Where did he equate it to rape? Why you got to bring up shit like that? You know is going to piss me off. Equating it to rape. I don't know if he actually did or not, Matthew. I'm not saying you're lying, but I'm just going by a super chat. But how is something that you could still choose to get that you have a choice to get that's not mandated to get, except if you work in certain fields, like being raped. Anyway, I fry chicken at work and don't even work in a restaurant. I use a hot plate and deep pot that I bought from Target. Oh. So you just fry chicken to eat at work for yourself? And the misinformation. And look, like I posted... no, I have not tried Halo Infinite. I have not tried Halo Infinite. I want to. How long is the preview for? Maybe. So you know what? If they try to mandate him, I'm all for it. Because here, if it keeps spiraling out of control and we get a mutation that circumvents the vaccine, then we are back at square fucking one again. So I don't give a fuck. Mandate him. Mandate him. Let all the people come up with conspiracies. And look, man, I get why people have a distrust. Like, for example, when they discovered radium, they were trying to sell radium and put radium, something fucking very radioactive, in everything. In everything. And what they used to do, even when they knew there was something, that it was deadly, they kind of like were shh. And the women used to put, like, because radium used to light up like clock handles, so you would be able to see your clock. Because they thought radium was like a cure-all, and, you know, put it on everything. They had it in fucking toothpaste. And instead of, like, but even after they knew there were problems, like the women that they would use a little, they would lick the end of the brush to make it like a fine tip, and then they would paint the radium onto the clock handles so they would light them up. Guess what happened to all those women? So I get it why people, and I agree that you shouldn't just blindly trust your government and corporations. But this isn't the fight to pick. This isn't it. Science and medicine is the reason why we are where we are. Has there been corruption through? Oh, fuck yeah. Will there be more corruption? Fuck yeah. But the reason why we have the lifespans that we have and we live in the society that we live in is because we live longer, and that is because of science and medicine. This is not the fight to pick. There is no fight here. You're making... You people's hair should be on fire more so, like I've said, more so about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was blatantly murdered by very powerful people, and it seems like they purposely did a poor job to hide the fact that he was murdered, and they were like, oh yeah, he killed himself. He obviously didn't, but don't fuck with us, and that's the point we're trying to make. That's what people should be freaking out about. That's what people should be protesting in the streets about. Not about this. Conspiracies do exist. There is one that I agree with many people on. Fuck, even me and Alex Jones see eye to eye on that one, and that's kind of frightening. But the vaccine ain't it. Favorite medical breakthrough was opiates. Well, now, you know, and even those, I'm kind of like, look, there's a guy that was on Joe Rogan, and he's a comedian. I forget his name. He seemed like a cool dude. I probably would want to check out his stuff, and I wish I didn't forget his name. He said it best. Just because a drug is overprescribed doesn't mean it shouldn't be prescribed. And it was funny because they were showing like how OxyContin's affected people negatively and positively. And because, you know, they were handing out OxyContins like, oh, they're candy. And then I think they even said at first that they weren't, you couldn't get physically dependent on them. Oops. So a lot of people lost their fucking minds. You would have people that were doctor shopping to just stack up pills, and then people ended up either overdosing or dying or getting into car accidents and dying because they were so fucking fucked up on opiates. But then there were people that were like, yeah, I never abused it. I followed the regimen and never took more than I was told to. It actually helped with my pain. And now because the law, they've put a stranglehold on the medications, I, who never abused it, meaning the people that were in this documentary, now I'm fucked. I just spilled soda on myself, and as I diet Dr. Pepper, I wanted some caffeine. So yeah. By the way, schizophrenia can onset. It's earlier than I thought, so I was wrong. Shit, that's interesting. Richard, you show the Chris Chan. I can't show it, Zeb. I can't show it. I probably would get a privacy complaint filed on me, and I know that Ethan Ralph has been banned from YouTube, so the combination would be a risky take to show that. And this channel is now about to hit 50,000 subscribers in a fairly short amount of time. So I don't want to risk that. You guys know I talk about and say many things and get stoned and talk to chickens. But yeah, a guy who raped his mother with being filmed by another guy who probably wasn't allowed. Well, you're always allowed to film the cops by law. But with another guy that got kicked off of YouTube. And I'm pretty sure Chris Chan would probably file a privacy complaint. So, yeah. Opiates kept me from killing myself during COVID. And that's the thing, man. I've known, like, people who take Xanax for sleep, never abuse it, don't take their full script, just use it, take it once a night. It's a tool. It's, yes, was it handed out to frivolously? I agree. No, it wasn't Bill Burr. It was another guy. I know Bill Burr roasted Joe Rogan because he's kind of in Elon Musk's camp with the vaccine and shit, which Elon Musk basically came out, yeah, I'm not taking the vaccine. Like, yeah, man, you have influence. People, he could pump and dump any crypto he wants to. He could tell people everyone should walk around with assless chaps and they'll do it, and he's telling people that he won't take the vaccine. I give the fuck up. I give up. Like, he's like the second fucking coming of Christ to so many people. And now they're going to be like, and now it's like, oh, well, guess what? Day 5 of suffering COVID. Worst pain in my life. Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry. That is fucking awful, dude. Were you vaccinated? I don't think you were, right? Growing up? I had it. So, no, it wasn't Bill Burr. I had a guy come up to me and ask me if I was vaccinated. I said yes. He said that I would go to hell and suffer the rest of my life because my body will be controlled by... Oh, fuck him. You ever see him again, you could tell him I said he could go fuck himself. Well, please, actually don't. Because if he's willing to come up to you and start an argument, God knows what else he'll do. But think that when you see him, that Richard Review Tech USA told him to go fuck himself. I have been prescribed opiates for chronic pain, and frankly, I got addicted and abused it. But that is on me. It's not fair for others to ban it. That's what that documentary showed, man. They showed both sides of the fence, where there were people that didn't, and it helped them function. They never took more than they were prescribed. You know, they just took it to manage the pain that they had, took it and followed their doctor's orders, and they never fell into that trap. I mean, obviously you still get a physical dependence, but you could live because you're not abusing the drug and you're not overdosing on it, or, you know, building up a tolerance to the point where you go through 10 pills a fucking day, so you go through your 30-day script, or 30 pills that's meant for a month in 3 days. But yeah, you know, it's awesome this, because there's a lot of people who would be in your situation, Manga, who would blame the drug and say, no one should, because there's a lot of people, that's where the outcry comes from. And again, it's greed and corruption from the pharmaceutical industry. Yeah, okay, if someone has a pimple on their ass cheek that's itching them and kind of stings a little bit, yeah, give them an opiate. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but you get my point. Like, it was just handed out for fucking everything, and that's not okay. The best part of waking up is your beak in my butt. I was given Oxy I was in rehab alone, and it made the world seem perfect. It took away all anxiety. I threw away the script. Yeah, I've known some people that have done that too. They're like, yeah, this made me feel way too good. I know I would fuck it up. I'm not going to take it ever again. So, you know, interesting. Yeah, I've heard that before. I've known people that have gotten Valium and shit like that, and they're like, yo, that is the best I've ever felt in my life. I took it once and never took it again for that exact fucking reason. I'm like, hey, man, give you credit. You know the turd was bad when the cologne leaving the door open with the fan and a candle on will not... Dude, nothing masks the smell of a nasty turd. There's no amount of Febreze, there's no amount of Lysol that you could spray that if you have a log that's brutal. Nothing masks it. God himself will not mask that turd. Had a gun to my head when I had COVID. It was bad. Holy shit, man. Were you the one who was saying before? Yes. And you had COVID. Jesus, dude, it was that bad, huh? It was that bad, huh? Wow. Got my first Pfizer shot, still waiting for Bill Gates to take my body. I fucking love it. I don't know why I hate his, no, I would not try DMT. I don't like marijuana, especially, I mean, I haven't taken it for the past few days, or a couple days. This will be the second day I haven't touched it again, and there was like almost 2 weeks before that I didn't touch it. I'm still in control. It brings out a weird side to me in the streams, which I kind of enjoy, but I don't like losing control. That's why I would never try acid. I know people may find this shocking with how weird I act on this stream, on my streams. I'm too uptight for that. I suffer from anxiety. I've never hidden that. So, like, to not have control of anything, I would lose my fucking mind, man. I would be in the ER in 10 seconds. So, no, I wouldn't try DMT. You should start a horse theme OnlyFans page. Nah. I always get the OnlyFans thing, man. I've even had friends like, dude, you should just do an OnlyFans. What the fuck? If people keep telling you to, even if they're joking, I bet you they would. I'm like, no. No. Rich, stop pretending. Dude, I fucking love weed. I'm not pretending I don't like anything. I love weed. I just took a break because it was kind of like, I mean, again, you don't get physically dependent on marijuana, which is the beauty of it. Speaking of which, I have to renew my medical marijuana card. There you go. I'm renewing my medical marijuana card. Matter of fact, let me look up something right now. You can't see anything, right? When does my card issue date? Ooh. Yeah. No, I love weed. I will continue to take it from time to time. I just know I've been taking it too much. It's like saying to me, Rich, stop saying you hate pizza. We know you love pizza. Yeah, I love pizza. I just stopped eating it as much as I used to. That's why I'm not the fucking ginormous. I mean, I still know I'm a fucking fat slob, but I was a ginormous fat slob. You know what I mean? So, Alex, thank you for becoming a horse tuber. I think I was about to say I know I missed a couple super chats and stuff like that because they just kind of flew past me. And I am Stone Horse Twitchaholic. Why not stream at 4K 60? Because my camera's 4K 24. I'm only streaming. And honestly, it just having it at like 1080p just keeps the stream more stable. And for some reason, when I try to stream at 4K, OBS just gets weird. So I rather... Most people, if you're at 1080p, people don't give a shit. They'll eventually, I'm sure they'll fix OBS, but is anyone here like, oh man, I can't see the hairs on Rich's face at as much detail as I want to. What's my favorite pizza? I don't even know, dude. Just like there's so many. I would say, oh my god, that's tough. Wow, that's a real tough... I don't know why that's such a fucking hard question. Forgot to join this channel. Now I'm cleansed. Thank you for becoming a horse tuber. Like I said, that's growing on me, Alex. That's growing on me, the horse tuber. Hawaiian Breeze air freshener. Yeah, dude, nothing really truly covers up the smell of a turd. Like, can we just keep it real? Pineapple and ham on pizza is not bad. I'm not in that camp that it's like a fucking crime to humanity to have that. I'm really not. But is it like one I would run out and order? No. 5 years ago, I had a lot of dental work done. They prescribed the Vicodin every visit. I still have pills. Yeah, hey, man, that's the thing. You used it maybe for the pain at the time. That's smart, dude. You don't want to get, you know, and like I said to the other person, like I know some people that like tried Valium and other, you know, whether it be a benzo or an opiate, like, yo, that was the best I ever felt in my life, so I never touched it again. I'm like, I can relate. So, get some Delta 8 gummies. They'll do the job. Maybe I'll try them, because that's weed, too. It's just a little, like, weaker, isn't it? Remember Intel? Dude, Intel, you know, they're priming themselves for a comeback, though. And this is from a guy who has every rig minus my Razer mini desktop PC, which eventually one of these years I'll show in a video because it's fucking awesome. And my laptop is, everything else is AMD. Everything. Everything else I own is AMD, but I still think Intel is going to make a comeback. And I also think that Intel is not as far behind with their chips now as AMD was with FX compared to Intel at the time before Ryzen. The gap between AMD and Intel at the time was way bigger than it is now with Ryzen and Intel's current offerings. An Activision IT guy, I talked about that during the stream. It was fucking insane, Vampire Rockstar. It was fucking crazy. I had pineapple and bread pudding. I'd never had bread pudding. I heard it was good. Or maybe I did and I just don't remember. I don't fucking know. I'm just a man. How's that smell? Tell me. Okay. Floatage is floating around. Chris Chan being footage. I've seen it. Float. You had all that. Yes, I've already seen it. I saw what Ethan Ralph put up. How the fuck did that even happen, Ethan Ralph? Like I said, man, is Bill Gates going to be streaking in the background while Chris Chan is getting arrested? It's so weird. Like, life is a fucking comedy, man. A tragic comedy. I'm looking at chats and people are insulting about Prophet Muhammad, peace be rich. If you see anyone spreading hate, religion, just block these asshole viewers. It's not rich. 5 fart. You got the farts. I'm not getting into religion, bro. I'm not even going near religion. I talk way too much about medicine and politics and other things. I don't want to go near religion. Yeah, but John, there's no graphics card even now that's using the bandwidth that you're not hitting the bandwidth peak of PCIe 3.0 yet. It's cool that PCIe 4 is there on the Ryzen chips. Great. But no graphics card has taken advantage of it, or no anything you would put in the PCIe slot, as far as I know, is going to take advantage of the extra bandwidth that PCIe 4 offers. Could be wrong about that. I don't know every fucking card out there and every other fucking device you could plug into a PCIe slot, but I do have a small penis. Someone tried to convince me to take acid at a rave. Ooh, that's a bad idea. Someone else talked me out of it. I don't plan on doing drugs. I don't like you losing control, RNG Yoshi. And that's like, hey, some people I know, like I have a friend, man, he loved the trip he went on with acid. Me, no. I don't want to go on any trips. I like feeling good. I like feeling a little free like marijuana does, and occasionally alcohol, but that's it. I don't need I missed your super. How the fuck am I missing super chats? Especially tonight when I'm as sober as a horse. Omega, where is that at, bro? Did you see the video of a pastor putting his hands on crap for the Lord? On like actual crap or like his junk, or what do you mean? I did see that before and it kind of took me off guard. Who is messaging me now? Oh, retweeted by Fat Man Tom Cruise. A oily, sweaty nudist. What the fuck? I'm afraid. I am afraid. Why is it not? "100% chance this guy shit his pants at McDonald's." Is this a real article? Australian Prime Minister says he didn't shit his pants at McDonald's in 1997. Even if he did, who gives a shit? Like, people are so fucking... Yes, it's real. Why do you care? Okay, so maybe he had beer shits. Or maybe he... Look, you're at McDonald's, man. It's not really high-quality food. Maybe, you know, you have a lot of grease and you have a bowel movement and it makes you shit your pants. Like, I just had a fart recently that was more than a fart and I had to hop in the shower. I mean, it wasn't me shitting my pants, but there was shrapnel. It happens. Like, imagine, like, okay, yes, I don't know what his political viewpoints are, but this is an as-if example. Oh, wow, he's for Medicare for all. He believes in science. He believes in marriage equality and all things that I agree with. But I'm not going to vote for him because he did spray some liquid mud out of his ass because he had way too many fucking McRibs back in 1997. Really? Really? Who cares? I've shit my pants. Probably a lot of you have too. It happens. I've done it like twice in my adult life. Like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? Or actually, like, that was a partial shitting of the, like, you know, when a fart is more than a fart, so you're like, all of a sudden, like, it's like, air. Wait, that's more, and you stop. That's what happened. Fucking people freaking out because some guy, like, yeah, I'm not gonna vote for him because he shit his pants. And you know what's funny is look, I don't know that Prime Minister's takes. I may be totally against him politically. Okay, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Anyone who would not vote for somebody because they may have had a bowel movement at a McDonald's back in 1997 because they had too many McRibs probably shits their pants every day in its projection. I'm just saying. It always seems out. So, sup, Rich? Been a while since I got promoted to a manager position at Amazon. I got a $10K bonus for helping launch a new fulfillment center. I thought I'd share my bonus with... Damn, dude, good for you. That's a $10,000 bonus. Holy shit. Supposedly, Ethan Ralph has been stalking... Okay, so that makes more sense and it's not as weird. Because I know he's on... Ethan Ralph is on interesting platforms that he could get away with more than he would ever be able to get away with, like on YouTube or Twitch or any of that shit. So, yeah, like if he was stalking... Oh, look, my monitor is dying. I wish it would just die so I could just, like, punch it. Yeah, it makes more sense. Because, and like I said, he wouldn't be able to do that on other platforms. They would be like, yo, get the fuck off of here. Sup, gamers? Remember to lube up your nips this summer to avoid chafing them while grinding it out in Warzone. Vic Royale, Among Us, Chungus out. What is that like that's like a thing with you? It's like a theme. Do you have like a group that you game with that's like your thing? You call us Among Us, Chungus? Felicia Day came out guns blazing against Blizzard and Activision. She felt used. She's awesome. Felicia Day, you got to send me a video. Is that a video or an article? Send it to me. Adrian Cardoza, max T is, I think, like maybe 40 milligrams, bro. I'm no Joey Diaz or anything. I remember that guy who's from Canada who does I think it's Timmy's PC whatever. I watch his channel. His name, the channel is not coming to me right now. He was doing like 300 milligrams a day, and like the THC builds up in your body, so it kind of caused like a toxic. That was actually what made me slow down too. It's not that I was doing anywhere near what he was doing, but I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant. So I want to try to scale back a little bit. I'll always use weed. Like I said, I'm going to renew my medical marijuana card. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yeah, I got to stop doing this every day as much as I'm doing it. So when I saw his video on it and what happened to him, it was doing crap. Check out Rational Nationals vid. What? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Evening, Rich. Just a ride. Hope you're well. I just like Among Us Chungus. Where did Bing Chungus come from? Someone has to. I'm not literally a boomer. Boomers are a lot older than me, but I'm considered like the meme age now of 40. Like, yeah, that guy, Timmy, he's a redheaded dude. He was doing like 200, 300 milligrams every day. And it had like a side effect where, because it gets stored up in your body, like he was like sick and puking and having the shakes. I'm like, all right, yeah, I know I'm not doing remotely anywhere near that. But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put the brakes on this right now. I'm going to put the fucking brakes on this right now because that does not sound pleasant. I got to look this up from the Rational National. I think am I sub to him? I think I am. Oh, look, my monitor's flickering. And even better, I'm using my iPad keyboard to try to... Rational... National. There we go. Pastor covers his hands in poop for... Okay. All right. I know this is an established YouTuber that I'm actually sub to, so I'll bite. I'll watch. Usually I'm hesitant to do this. I missed your super chats, James Terry, did I? James Terry? How the fuck am I missing? And again, I'm sober as a fucking judge tonight. Let me clarify. The man who killed my sister was also her husband and unborn... Jesus Christ, man. What the hell happened? How the hell did I miss that? I'm from West Virginia where opioid crisis is the worst. A druggie killed my sister in 2008. Her husband and unborn child's father. Holy shit, dude. How the hell did I miss that? That is horrifying. I'm sorry to hear that. Jesus. Yeah, dude, opiate addiction is no joke. All right, I'm so sorry. All right, let me shut this down, and I don't even know how to properly segue from that. Holy fuck. Open this up. See if I'll turn up the volume here.
God says this is what I see.
A pastor in Orange County, California,
he
covered
cut his
his
hair.
hands in dog poo for the Lord. So this is going to be Pastor Dan Burgoyne. And
no, I don't want to set it as anything.
It is what it is. So I'm going to play this clip and then give you my thoughts and also show you some reactions to this online. So here is the clip.
So do you know what God equates as sin in the Bible? He equates poop, filth in the Bible. No, this is not a brownie.
What the fuck is even going on right now? It's crazy how I was watching paranormal ghost videos and shows how human beings are worse than ghosts. Human beings are literally, no pun intended, pretty shitty. What?
No, this is not Snickers bar. I own 2 bull mastiffs in my life. This is Great Dane. Do you know how God sees? Now listen, this is important. Psalm 141 verse 2. May my prayer be set before you like what? Like incense. May the lifting of my hands be like the evening sacrifices. Your sin, God says, has hidden my face from you so that I will not hear. So when you come in and you're saying, God, the gods of my life compete with who you are, but I'm declaring that I belong to you. God says, this is what I see.
Oh, come on. Hold one more time.
I'm declaring that I belong to you. God says, this is what I see.
Let me see the full context first, but this is not going well right now. Rich, what kind of car do you drive? I drive a truck. I don't like being very specific for obvious reasons, but...
And what I see
comes
up like incense before me. And what's going on in your soul, I can see in ways nobody else can see. And so you know what you say? Oh, God, create in me a clean heart and renew in me a right spirit and cast me not from thy presence and take not...
He like dug his hands into that shit. No pun in. What the fuck, man?
Out thy Holy Spirit from me. And you got chunks coming off of your thumb, and God is saying, what do you want? Do you want me or do you want you? Do you want your ways or do you want my ways? Because you can't have what you're getting the way you think you want it unless you're going to make me the absolute priority of your life.
All right. There you go. He covered his hands in dog shit. All for the Lord. Now, I mean, my initial impression, I've watched this clip several times, unfortunately, but my initial impression was that he just wants to cover himself in dog shit and is looking for an excuse to do that. And that's kind of what this looks like to me. At the same time, he's also a pastor trying to...
He's also getting everyone to talk about it, and people who are fucking brain dead will watch him. It worked. Look what I'm doing right now. Not saying I'm that relevant, but you get... Look, I'm not... this is not a knock on anybody's beliefs, but organized religion, I fucking hate it. It makes people brain dead, which I think it was designed to do. Matter of fact, I'm positive it was. I know it was designed to do that, and it works.
You know, grow his audience. Of course, he puts all this stuff online. He has a YouTube channel, so he's attempting there to try and grow.
Yeah, Michael Cortez. Again, it's not a knock on anyone's beliefs, but organized religion, it's just a way to circumvent people's... it's like a boar digging into people's brains. It doesn't make them think. Thank God Orthodox Church isn't brain dead. It doesn't do televangelist. A televangelist is bad. Let's put televangelists even like above organized religion. They're just... I can't fucking stand them. Blippy would approve of that. I saw that. Aesthetic, that was good. That was good. Flippy would approve of that. If anyone knows the context of what I mean by that, I'm proud of you. One pastor, one plate. Dude, this is insane.
Grow an audience by doing something, you know, outlandish, and maybe it'll work. I don't know. But, you know, the reason I watched this clip several times is because I was trying to look for the point that he was trying to make. So I grew up going to church, you know, up until I was maybe 17. I'm not...
I grew up going to church until I was in Catholic schools. So the most exciting thing about First Friday being in a Catholic school is that you had a half a day. And then once, I went to a Catholic high school too. Probably why I'm agnostic now and despise organized religion. But you didn't have to do that. Then there was no First Friday shit. But I don't know the point I was trying to make. I have a small penis. Let's continue. Buddhists get it right. They leave everyone alone.
Catholic or religious at all anymore. But I
got my
communion. When I
communion.
was going to church, you're able to understand usually what the priest or pastor is trying to say, the point they're trying to make from the Bible verse they're reading.
Yeah, that is true. Like, all right, I get you're telling a story or you're showing. I like. He just seems like he had a shit fit. I don't get what he was getting at. I really don't. It just, like, why did you just dig your hands in dog shit, dude? Are you hard as you did it? Because I don't know any other fuck. You like the point you're. What do you say? It sins, and it made no sense. I'm okay now. I feel a little better that it wasn't just me. Am I missing it? Like, okay, I still think what he did is fucking stupid. But am I missing the point? Am I too smooth brained to get it? No, it's not just me. Okay.
And then they expand on it. Here, I had to watch this 4 or 5 times to actually figure out what he was trying to say. So I finally got it down to a quote here. So he says, right before he puts his hand in the dog shit, he says, quote, "So when you're saying the gods of my life compete with who you are, but I'm declaring that I belong to you, God says, this is what I see," and then he puts his hand in the poo. He's basically here saying, this is a very messy way of saying that God is number one, don't put anyone else, above him or on the same level as him. But he did it in this very convoluted way. Even if you want to put your hands in dog shit, at least explain your point a little better, because it really was just completely.
Doesn't matter. You didn't have to have a point. He's now the pastor that's known, and people are going to eat it. No, not the shit, hopefully, but people are going to eat it up.
Messy in various ways. So that was the point I think he was trying to make, but. Here, I mean, he even massaged his hands.
Like, yeah, he dug. Like, it wasn't just like, all right, even that alone, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he went and, oh, yeah. Oh, these turds. I just want them all over my fingers. Oh, get under my nails, motherfucker. Oh. Pastor was like, I'm the scat man, skipping it. Yeah, pretty much. Buddhists get it right. They leave everyone. Buddhist cults are a thing. They ain't so good. I don't know anything about Buddhists. So I'm like, again, I'm not trying to knock anyone's beliefs, but organized religion has, I think, caused more harm than good. But the thing is that, is it religion or is it just that like tribalistic brain that we have where we need to feel like we belong? So something else would, if religion didn't exist, human beings are fucking stupid. We would have found something else to fill it up with. I don't want to see that dude lick something off his. Yeah, man. You could dip your hands in bleach. I would. If that guy brought a food to a barbecue, I would not be touching it. Pastor was like, yeah, pretty much.
Into the poo. Really, the guy must have done this before. That's what it looked like to be. Now, let me get to some reactions online. First, I want to give credit here to Christian Nightmares, aptly named, that found this clip. But here's some reactions to this. So, Mike G here.
All I ask is not to put him in charge of communion. Imagine you did communion right after that. I don't care you washed your hands, man. That needs, like, thorough. Like, you need a shower, then you need to wash your hands, shower, then wash your hands again. And even then, I would still think about not wanting to touch your shit-filled fingers.
You're saying, all I ask is to not put him in charge of communion. David here says, so he can't get free health care, but these people don't have to pay taxes.
Valid point.
Great point. Rick here says, I have to say that if I believed in Satan, I would be thinking that he has total control over a lot of pastors. Honestly, though, they are just all whack jobs these days. First of all, I just gotta,
like, who that other dude, that one who did that fucking laugh, and he got called out for having like a jet because he didn't want to be with, like, he had used some really nasty term to, like, if he flew on like a normal airline, and he got called out on it for using like his donations to buy his own fucking private jet. And remember, he like went like this. He's like, my wife watches your show. You're very pretty. And I'm like, oh my God, you are the Antichrist. You are the Antichrist. You are Satan. Yeah, I'm not shaking that guy, but I wouldn't. Yeah. It's Chunk Media, my third channel. Yes, it's my third channel. Yeah, I love that they do that too. Thank you, YouTube.
Mention here, a little slip up here. Gas instead of.
Unless you're like in with that, and this is like your way of like shamelessly plugging it so you get people to check it out. I'm not stupid. Those turds have a wonderful touch feeling. That's a video that I'm thinking about doing this week. I have to do that Minis Forum PC video, and then that may be next. That will be a. Not only do I think that video will get a lot of views, it'll be fucking fun to make, and plus it has an HDMI out, so it'll be easy to capture. It will be easy, I should say, to capture the footage. I'm just a man.
Saying has, but yeah, like if you're someone who believes in Satan, and you watch this guy going, I mean.
He ain't got nothing on that other pastor. Like this guy just looks like a douche. The other guy actually looks evil. Like he looks, and remember the thing, Joe Biden's going to be our president. He was like doing one of his sermons. He was like, ha, ha, ha. Let me look that shit up. Let me look that up. I'll look it up. All right, look. He's just giving commentary. Pastor laughing Joe Biden. Yes, here we go. Here we go. This guy is out of his pro-Trump event laughs at. I'll show this one. I don't know if I can.
Laughter.
Who is this fucking freak? Kenneth Copeland. Even Jesus was against organized religion. If that's true, and I'm not saying you're lying, he was a smart dude because it makes sense, because organized religion is used for corruption. Sorry, it is. Like, he just looks fucking evil.
A deterrent to
Watch
pain.
this shit. Watch this shit if you've never seen it.
Now, he said that John Hopkins.
Like, I don't care if you're pro-Trump, pro-Biden, it has nothing to do with that. Watch how batshit insane this is.
You know what I'm saying. Hopkins
No, we don't.
University. They have proven it.
I should play Ascent. Yeah. I want to... Dude, there's so many games I got to play catch-up with. That's an old one, isn't it? Or did they come out with another game called... Or am I thinking... I'm thinking of a different game. Never mind. It's been a long fucking day.
And they have people that lead in laughter.
And this is all about a grift, too. This is what bothers me the most.
They lead in laughter. And they'll say,
Look up Ascent.
I don't have anything to laugh about. And they'll say, that's all right. You just go ahead. That your physical brain and body cannot tell the difference between a put-on laugh
What kind of game
and a
is
real
Ascent?
belly laugh. It works. And
Ooh,
like I
this
said,
looks
a merry
good.
heart does good like a medicine. So, the joy of the Lord is our strength. So how do we count it all joy?
I'm going to pick it up, man, after the stream,
Well,
actually.
Ha, ha, ha.
Watch this shit. Watch this.
Ha, ha.
That man has a... Look at that man's beard. Look at that man's beard. Look at that beard. That shit looks like... Yo, that looks like a low poly beard you would see. It's so, like, well-groomed. It looks like it has no dimension to it. It looks like a PS1 beard on a character. It looks like it's made of, like, 4 polygons. Like... That beard is insane.
Ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha.
This is just madness. We're watching a bunch of insane people watch an insane man give a sermon, and it makes no fucking sense.
Ha, 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 ha. The Associated Press said that Joe Biden is president. Ha!
It's kind of what happened, Ken. but you're grifting to an audience that was in denial about it. And they just dump when you passed around that basket, man, or the donations they send you online or wherever the fuck you get them from, gets you that private jet. So they want to hear what you're saying right now. Watch this shit. It just is at the quartering in the audience. My grandmother has Alzheimer's. She's always been religious, even now with her disease. At least she has that to keep her mind somewhat at ease. I don't know. So the religion, dude. Yeah, I understand what you're saying with that, but organized religion. I don't know. I think you can be. This may be me contradicting. You can be religious without believing in organized religion, because. I'm not saying I'm agnostic, man. I'm not smart enough to know if there's an afterlife. Like, why am I in this very sexy and hairy body? Why am I controlling these hands? Why am I seeing out of these eyes? Why am I not you? I always wonder that shit. Like, why am I in this body? It's kind of weird to think about when you think about that. You know what I mean? But this shit ain't it. This is not it. This is not it, and you'll see why in a second. Look at this shit.
Yeah. 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 Whoa. Whoa, yeah. Uh-huh.
And you know what's funny? Biden actually is president. All of this shit, all of the election fraud bullshit was just that bullshit. And here's the thing. And for everyone who's saying, or Rich, look, first off, I'm not really a fucking fan of Joe Biden. It was just a mannequin could have went up against Trump, and I would have voted for the fucking mannequin. But back in 2016, when I saw people clutching their pearls and crying that Trump got elected, I was like, yo, I wasn't really a fan of Hillary either. I don't think he'll do well, but let's see what happens. It's not like I was like rooting for Hillary. Why is everyone crying? Look, we've had the same fucking system with the Electoral College forever in the States, literally. I think so. I'm not a fucking historian, but we've always went by the Electoral College. He won because of the Electoral College. Shut the fuck up. Literally stop crying and let's see what happens. Now it's the other way around, and everyone's like, "He's your president. Shut the fuck." I'm like, "I'm not. I am. That's fine. I'm okay. We'll see what happens in the next 4 years." Now he loses, and technically he lost the popular election twice, right? That's a fact. Now the second time he loses, and now everyone's saying that it can't be true. I thought you were the ones who were saying, stop crying about it, just accept reality. Yeah, stop crying about it, accept reality. This is reality. He lost because he's a fucking clown. I tried to give him a chance. I genuinely did. Unlike other people. He fucked it up. And because of people like me who never voted in a general election, I actually went out to vote in an election. That's how much of a train wreck I thought Trump was, which I've never done before. That's why he lost. That's the conspiracy, like I've said before in many other streams, and have lost thousands of subs on my other channel because that pissed them off. You want to hear the conspiracy of how the election wasn't stolen? Trump was just so fucking out of his mind that it made even people like me who've never voted in a general election before go out and vote to get him out of office. There is your conspiracy. There it is. Watch Holy Kool-Aid watching Kat Kerr talk about, oh, dude, you want to send me down the religious rabbit hole. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to be president. Mickey Mouse is going to be king. Yeah.
Where is Mickey Mouse's fucking throne, you fucking weirdo? You fraud. You fucking... taking donations and buying private jets. Fucking shady grifting motherfucker. Yeah, I'd probably vote for Party from now on myself. It would be nice to see another party gain some leverage, but I don't know. I think everything will have to collapse first before that happens. Because, yeah, apparently Mickey's king, yeah. But you have to understand, though, people aren't even like, they don't care. Like, in their mind, Trump is still president. In their mind, this all came to fruition. He's right. Like, he could tell them that there are still dinosaurs flying in the air with 200 feet hard cocks, and they'll be like, man, look at those dinosaurs flying. They have some big penises. They'll just believe anything he fucking says. These people are all who, like, you can't be mentally stable and watch this guy and think that, you know what, he knows what's going on. You can't. You can't do it. So they are as fucked as him. So in their mind, yeah, Trump's still my president. I accepted in 2016 that Trump was my president. Why can't you accept that he's a fucking clown and he lost? I don't understand how that's that hard to fucking believe. Like, no one believed he could actually get in office. Like, that's the thing. The system is completely rigged. Like, really, Donald? It's rigged? Everyone's counted you out and you still got in somehow. I mean, I know it's kind of rigged, but they rigged it against fucking Bernie, literally, twice. But the same system that got you in, you're now going to flip around and say is rigged? Which one is it, dude? You have to accept I am your spray tan president 4 years later. You cannot accept that I lost the election. This is fraud. I am going to cry and be a giant teenage girl who didn't get prom queen and is now looking for attention. And I am going to have a man wearing horns and whose body is painted breaking into the Capitol building because I have insecurities. Like, come on! I had a 57 XT yet felt duped by AMD with the performance of drivers. Finally got my hands on 3070 Ti with Ant Online. I'm so excited for ray tracing, DLS, and 1440p max setting. You'll get that with that. It's a weird card. I'm not fully a fan of it, but it's better than the 5700 XT. That is true. That's, you know what, Juan? One of the rumors I heard, he just wanted to run for president, and he actually, at the time anyway, I guess he got drunk off power, but at the time, anyway, he really didn't actually want to get in office. He just wanted, I'm going to make the most tremendous best-selling book. I'm going to sell it on Amazon. You are going to download it to your Kindle and masturbate thinking about my spray-tanned image. Like, that's what I heard. Yeah, I'm going to make his laugh. Good call. Yes. But yeah, the 3070 Ti you'll be happy with. It's a weird card. It kind of makes me scratch my head why NVIDIA released it, but it's better than a 5700 XT. That is true. Trump canceled mail sorting machines and penance. Yeah, he was trying to fuck with the mail for a while. And it worked. I know firsthand from, like, there was a time when we were going through the 2020 elections. I'm like, yo, why are my packages not getting here whenever they get from USPS? He tried saying the election was rigged. He tried fucking with the mailing systems. He tried, and he just couldn't do it. So yeah, that's a good idea, Pizza. People never cease to maybe in one way or another. Yeah, it's... Anyway, let me make it. I won the election. Give my big spray tan penis a paycheck, please believe me. Can we get off religion, please? You're right. Psychos like him are bad, but you are fostering an environment where my overall faith is being attacked. Well, how is your faith being attacked? I'm talking about organized religion, dude. I'm not talking about faith. Faith, in my opinion, and organized religion aren't the same thing. I'm trying to think of a good analogy to make you understand what I'm saying, but I can't think of one right now because I'm not smart enough. Man, what is that? Get out 2 farts there. You could have faith, but also think this guy, the guy I was just showing on the screen, is a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? You could have faith and think Kenneth Copeland's a fucking asshole. You get what I mean? Biden won because 18s turned out in record numbers and won that by 80%. That group accounted for 35% of the electorate. There you go. And again, people like me who never went and voted in a general election went out and voted. Now, I understand I'm from New York, and New York, I think the last time New York actually didn't go Democrat was with Reagan? It's a long time ago. But I was like, yeah, this is I always, look, there were many things. I was never on the Trump train, actually, but I was like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, I already knew he was a fucking idiot, but like in 2017, there's great people on both sides. I'm like, dude, they're fucking neo-Nazis and KKK members. There's no one great on their side. They're fucking pieces of shit. I'm done. I was already done. Like, but I'm like, whatever. Hillary Clinton's also a piece of shit. But yeah, now you are pretty much as much of a dumbass as I thought you'd be. Goodbye. I hope Ken has a good excuse on his. He's not. He's not going to. If there is an afterlife and he has to answer, he's going to be like, yo, I just wanted money in private jets, man. Like, it's what it comes down to. It's what it really comes down to. Yeah, I'm naked for RTU. Who's saying I'm naked here? Oh, you're just being Google fish. That's what it is. There's a lot of YouTubers that aren't even religious. I think you'll think of names. What audits are exposing discrepancies? And why would they rig the election for Joe Biden, who is basically a Republican with a D next to his fucking name? Like, come on, man. Come on. It's not like they were trying to get someone like a dictator like fucking Stalin in office. They're getting Joe Biden, who plays ball with the Republicans all the time. Come on. Think. It's not going to be Joe Biden, a 78-year-old man who can't even form a fucking sentence, who is the person there. We're going to overthrow the government this way. We're going to do it that way. All hail Joe Biden, the next socialist dictator. I got hairy legs. They turn blonde when iguanas lick them. Man, he's an evil genius. Like, come on, man. Come on. Think. Oh, Christ. I believe Trump instigated. You believe? He may as well have just said, you should go and just pistol whip some politicians. Just tell them that I'll pay for your lawyers, even though I fucking won't. And I'll laugh in your face as you go to prison for a quarter century. But I want, like, he just loved the power, and he treated the presidency like a fucking joke. Yeah, when they brought Joe Biden is the radical left, who will basically, he would fucking gargle Mitch McConnell's nuts to play ball with Republicans. You're going to tell me that's the person that they tried to overthrow the election for? Come on! Oh my, vote Joe 2024. My butt's been wiped. Yes, and I saw the video of Chris Chan getting arrested. And when Ethan Ralph filmed it, I heard, according to Google Fish, that it was because Ethan Ralph has basically been stalking him because he's a train wreck and it makes for great content, and whatever platform he's on, they allow it. So did I cry tears when Hillary lost? Did you not watch the rest of what I just said right now, where I didn't give a shit and said, let's see what happens with Trump and give him a chance? And I thought other people crying was ridiculous. Literally crying. You know what I mean? The thing is, if Biden doesn't run in 20, and at that moment Kamala is a front runner after Biden, Trump will steam. Oh my God, she'll be fucking buried. She won't stand a chance in hell. I feel like whatever time I come into, I'll never be unsatisfied with your streams. Man, that sounds like you should like put a review up on like, what's that website where you could like put reviews up where people just actually put reviews to complain about shit. So most things have negative reviews because no one ever really leaves a review, Peter. He's hinting that he's going to run again in 2024. Which at that point I'm moving to fucking Antarctica. I don't want to deal with any country at that point. Like I'll move. Well, I can't really do that because I have kids, but I'll move. I don't know. I'll move to like Iceland or something. Who the fuck knows? I'm just talking out of my ass right now. Literally. Yelp. Yeah, literally, that's the only reason people go there is like, oh, I'm pissed off at something. So everything has... It's like... Because that's all people do. No one ever goes somewhere and... It's very rare that someone will leave a positive review. The only time people will go out of their way to go to a website and type something up or whatever is if they're pissed. Thoughts on, dude, I haven't used Linux since like 2007, and I used Linux Mint on like an HP rig that I had. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, so you think that the election was rigged for Joe Biden, who is basically a fucking Republican? Okay. What planet are you on? If there was like some super far left extreme socialist person that was running, I could somewhat understand, I should say. But they ain't rigging the election for senile Joe. They're just not doing it. You want to review Mr. Review Tech USA? Yeah, actually, a review is coming this week with something. Hillary would have not least been a train wreck when it came to the pandemic. Oh, yeah, remember the hurricane when Donald Trump was throwing the paper towels? Oh, God. Remember that? It's tremendously large and tremendously wet. Wait, we got to find a clip of that. Tremendously wet. Big and tremendously wet. Big and tremendously wet. Yes. Yes. And for everyone says I do partisan politics, I have people here who saw that I spent like 50% of a stream showing all of Joe Biden's fuck-ups too. So I don't play. I showed Trump and Joe Biden, I believe, in the same stream. So I'm an equal opportunity prick. Rich, I leave positive reviews on Gmaps. Well, you're an exception, but you're not the rule. Zeb. Oh, here we go. A hurricane is tremendously wet.
Okay, thank you very much.
Here we go. Let's have some fun. Trump was on point. People needed paper towels to soak with the flood water from the hurricane. That's good. My butt's been wiped. No, stop. I didn't know that. Is that true? Can someone verify that? I will shit myself if that's true. I will shit my pants and I will need... My butt's been wiped. Stop. I'm going to assume that's fake. He can't be that much of a narcissist. That has to be fake.
I've received a briefing from Secretary Nielsen, Administrator Long, and my senior staff regarding Hurricane Florence and other tropical systems.
Yeah, E&M Porks. I think I'm saying your name right. Yeah, I'm an equal opportunity asshole, man. If you're looking for me to be like, if you think I'm just gonna go after Trump and not Biden, or go after Biden and not Trump, you're coming to the wrong fucking live stream channel, bro. Or ladies and gentlemen, I should say. You're coming to the wrong fucking channel. No one's safe for me.
That will soon impact the United States and its territories.
I am reading off a piece of paper. You could tell because I am tremendously monotone.
The safety of American people is my absolute highest priority. We are sparing no expense. We are
using half of the taxpayers' money to make sure that my very strange comb over is perfect and does not flip over in the wind, even though it actually has a couple times.
totally prepared. We're ready. We're as ready as anybody's ever been. And it looks to...
Why does his mouth always look like a butthole when every time he talks like this, it looks like there may be a turd that comes out of his mouth because it looks like a rectum. Why? Look, watch. Look. Look. It always looks like a butthole. In 2 days, the Ohio special election between Nina Turner and Progressive will give the Progressive a backbone, and Chantel Brown, a corrupt moderate, is happening. They're going all in on Chantel Brown. Also, shirt off. Okay. Fine. I let tremendous turds out of my tremendous mouth, and Melania loves it when they're on her chest.
To a lot of very talented people that do this for a living, like this is going to be a storm that's going to be a very large one, far larger than we've seen in perhaps decades. Things can change, but we doubt they will at this stage. It's a pretty late stage. We doubt they're going to be veering very far off course.
See, right now, everything he said has been fine. Like, if this is all he said, like, okay. Sounds somewhat presidential.
The places that are in the way and in
Nip
the most
time.
jeopardy would be Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, that area. And again, they haven't seen anything like what's coming at us in 25, 30 years, maybe ever. It's tremendously big and tremendously wet.
Well, Donald, I've never heard of a dry hurricane. What the fuck is tremendously big and tremendously wet? I fisted this woman last night while Melania was on vacation, and she was tremendously big, and her vagina was tremendously wet. Like, what do you... It's a hurricane. They're big and wet. There's a lot of water. Oh, God. Oh.
Tremendous amounts of water.
That's what hurricanes do. There's no dust in her. There's no dusticanes. They don't have dust storms. You don't get hurricanes. Usually don't hit, as far as I know, don't hit deserts. They're not dry. They form over large oceans due to the humidity. I'm also, I'm not a meteorologist, but I know basically the concept of how hurricanes form. So they build from moisture and they dump moisture. They're always tremendously big and tremendously wet. Ha! Okay, I will.
And I think the expectation needs to be set with the citizens in this area that if you've been asked to leave, get out of the areas that are going to flood.
Oh no, Mike's stuck in the middle of, "Hey Rich, I'm sicker than a dog. I may have been you're exposed in a chicken truck and a fart. A chicken cluck and a fart in that order." Yes. Chicken cluck and a fart. That actually works like peanut butter and jelly, man. I'm proud of you for that one. And I hope you feel better, man. Do you have COVID? I hate always, every time anyone's sick now, you have to ask.
Flood and get into a facility that can withstand the winds. Let's set the expectations as well.
I am right now not paying attention to a fucking thing this man is saying. I am thinking about some massive titties in my face.
This has an opportunity of being a very devastating storm. The power's going to be off for weeks. You're going to be displaced from your home in the coastal areas, and there will be flooding in the inland areas as well. So,
does anyone give a fuck about what this man is saying? And plus, his voice just cracked like he's a teenage boy. So, in my mind, I am an alpha male who spray tans. So, obviously, he is fucking weak.
these are going to be...
The undershirt I have under my shirt right here for my outfit is also chafing my tremendously spray tan plunger nipples.
Statewide events. The hazards will be statewide. 20 inches. That's mean area rainfall.
I wish my penis was 20 inches, but it is only 4 inches erect, but it is bigger than Marco Rubio's.
I think that Puerto Rico was an incredible unsung success. Texas, we have been given A-pluses for. Florida, we've been given A-pluses.
Aren't they still literally now in Puerto Rico? There's still problems from that hurricane. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that. Like I said, minus until fairly recently, I've avoided politics for a while, but I'm pretty sure Puerto Rico, there are still areas that are in a tremendous amount of hurt from that hurricane. Nope, no COVID. Extreme fibromyalgia again, and a thumper-dumper of a headache watching the stream to keep distracted. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That's brutal. Hope you feel better.
I think in a certain way the best job we did was Puerto Rico, but nobody would understand that. I mean, it's harder to understand. It was a very hard thing to do because of the fact they...
I want to see him suck a lemon. His mouth already goes like this. If he sucked the lemon, I think his lips would invert. Or they would just go out like a puffer fish or something like if he ever, ooh, this is tremendously sour. Like,
they had no electric. Before the storms hit, it was dead, as you probably know. So we've gotten a lot of receptivity, a lot of thanks for the job we've done in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was very important.
Support each one of those governors that are about to be impacted with achieving their responsibility.
From what I'm hearing, the sites that they're seeing have not been seen on the East Coast before. So I would say everybody should get out. I mean, you have to listen to your local authorities, and whether you're upland or downland, but depending on where you are, you have to listen and you have to get out. If they want you to get out, because it's going to be impossible.
It hit minus the tremendously big and tremendously wet, which was one of the stupidest fucking things I ever heard. At least he could keep a conversation going without going like trailing off and making zero sense like someone else that we know. I will give him that.
To have people get in there, whether it's law enforcement or FEMA or anybody else, once it...
I was today years old when I found out that I am 7 inches of man.
This thing hits, it's going to be really, really bad along the coast. Unlike Puerto Rico, you have very strong power companies. They're very powerful. And with Canada...
They're very powerful. All the people that work with those companies, they're all alpha males that flex in the mirrors and go, look how powerful I am. I have these incredible biceps, and they're all well endowed. I measured their penises at every single one of these electrical companies, and they're all very well endowed men.
Canada, they want to make a deal very much. Me, if we make it, that's good. If we don't make it, that's okay too. Canada wants to make a deal. We'll see if we can get them into the deal we already have with Mexico. I think the deal with Canada is coming along very well. We've all been dealing in good faith.
Okay. All right, that's enough politics for me tonight, even though I didn't really give a shit about the politics. Oh my God, it's a fucking circus. And then you look, well, like I said, the other couple streams ago, we watched a Joe Biden gaffe, and it's just like, who the fuck is running this country? Who is running this fucking country? Who? And yeah, if he runs again, I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. If he runs again in 2024, a lot could happen in 4 years. And Joe Biden doesn't do another 4 because the guy is 78 years old. Most people don't even want to get out of a chair at his age, and he's running a country. It makes me very comfortable. She's done. She doesn't have it. Oh, yeah. Towards the end, he was, Alzheimer. When was he actually diagnosed? He wasn't in office, though, when they diagnosed him, if I'm correct. All right, Jeffrey? He wasn't in office as far as I remember. I could be wrong about that. I'm not a fucking Reagan historian. But I don't know. I wish Bernie, if Bernie was, see, but I can't even say that I would have voted for Bernie. I wanted Bernie to be the Democratic nominee. I'll be the first to say it. But to beat someone like Trump, you either have to have a world crippling pandemic going on, which our buddy Joe is this sounds terrible to say, but was lucky to get when he was up for election, or you need to get someone vicious, man. Kamala's not vicious enough. She's not vicious enough. If Trump goes up against her in 2020, it's over. She is not. Unless there's something that happens with this administration that make people fall in love with the administration. And they're just kind of, all right, they got us out of the pandemic, but meh. No kind of public option for health care comes up. Marijuana doesn't get legalized on a federal level. Things like that. She ain't got a chance. She does not have a fucking chance. Tremendously big and tremendously wet. And you know I lean progressive, man. I'm just telling you like it is. Running for president? No, I don't think she has enough life experience yet. She's younger than me, bro. She's like, what, in her early 30s? Pretty sure. She will tear Trump a new one? Who, AOC or Kamala? Now, here's the thing. As much as I don't think she has enough experience if I had to choose who would have a better chance against Trump running for president, I would pick AOC over Kamala. Perot is dead. I'm not saying that to be it's funny, but he's been going for a while now. Hey, Rich, have you seen the video of Chris Chan? Yes, I have seen the video of Chris Chan getting arrested. What a weird... Ethan Ralph was filming it. It's just a sad fucking story. It's a sad story. I knew it was going to end bad for Chris Chan. It's funny, like I'm friends with Blackbuster Critic on Facebook, and he called, like we were talking about it, kind of like not directly, but through our posts. And I always said it was going to end bad for Chris Chan. He's just not. He's a mentally unstable person. He always has been. And it's not because of him being autistic. Even if he was not on the spectrum at all, it has nothing to do with autism. It has to do with the fact that he's, the autism was just another layer on top of whatever other major psychological issues that Chris Chan was dealing with. And I knew something was going to end bad. I was afraid. Didn't want it to happen, but I was afraid it would have been something like sexual assault. Never, even with him, did I think This is a plot twist that no one wanted to happen. This is horrifying. This is one of the worst things ever. Like, I knew something bad was going to unfortunately happen with him. Again, not that I wanted it, but I just knew. But this is like, what the fuck, Chris? Oh my God. It's so sad. It's so sad. His own mother, his dementia-ridden mother, and again, like I said yesterday and earlier on in this stream, I've seen, unfortunately, and it's some with things I wish I didn't see, I've seen beheadings. I saw someone, there was a drug cartel, they literally, like, they had a tarp behind them. You know, when there's people sitting, when they have people that have their arms tied behind their backs with a tarp behind them, you know the plot twist, things are not going to end well. And they went and just went bop, bop. And you literally, like, the last dude was the most horrifying, where, like, he shot him and whatever. I don't even want to go into it. It's that bad. But reading the text, the descriptive text from Chris Chan, in my opinion, was worse than seeing those visual videos. He raped his mother. Chris Chan raped his mother. I know he identifies as a woman now. I'm not calling him a male to be I still, in my mind, it's 2010 Chris Chan. He needs to be like I thought he needed to be, Rico. He needs to be in a mental, like, institutionalized for the rest of, he should have been institutionalized for the rest of his life. Sadly, years ago. From what I've heard just from this chat, I don't know, I'm not a Chris Chan historian either, that his parents were reluctant to get him mental health treatment. Fucking why? And I mean, I'm sure that they weren't, even before his mother had dementia, and the way that both his parents, when they were alive, lived. I don't think they were all there too, to be quite frank with you. That's probably an understatement. But even if you're not all there, if you, what is it, cohabitate? I don't know if I'm using the right term. If you live with a person like Chris Chan, even if you're off yourself, I don't know how you could not look at the shit that he was doing and be like, yo, you need help now. like help, like, where I'm going to probably, like, drag you to the car and bring you to a psychiatric ward. And this is how it ended. Horribly. What a sad, it's not even funny. It's not, there's nothing funny about it. Anything that Chris Chan has done before, I've watched many videos and laughed at the crazy shit. But now that you know how it ends, and now that you know how mentally ill he was, I mean, we've known, like, God, he literally talked about that when he masturbated, that he would drink his own semen because he didn't want to waste it. It was on Opie and Anthony when they were still doing their thing. Years ago, Chris Chan should have been committed. He filmed himself having intercourse with a blow-up doll. He sprayed a GameStop employee with mace. I got a new member. It's not showing up yet. Austin, thank you for becoming a member. He sprayed a GameStop employee with mace because he didn't like the fact that a new Sonic game, I believe for the Wii U, that they didn't have Sonic's arms colored properly. That makes sense because, you know, the GameStop employee totally had something to do with that. I'll make sure to use the right pronoun. She should have not been out of a mental health facility probably since like 2010. At least. I just looked him up, and thanks for ruining. Hey, man, you know these streams go everywhere. Now, if I really was batshit insane and had a death wish against this channel, I would actually show the arrest. But between Ethan Ralph being banned off YouTube, Chris Chan probably would have filed a privacy complaint on this stream. I was not showing the footage here. I too have autism. Again, and that's why I've made it abundantly clear. I know plenty of people who are on the spectrum and have autism that live very normal, happy, healthy lives. It has nothing to do with autism. Autism just probably combined with what other severe mental illness Chris Chan has just amplified everything. It was just another layer. I don't think that they're going to jail. I think Chris Chan's going to be committed. Ricky. Chris Chan's going to be committed. He should have been committed way before. He should have been committed back in like when he was filming videos on his PS3 looking for a boyfriend-free girl. He was literal about that stuff. Not to end on a dark note after all the fucking crazy shit we talked about tonight. That was actually quite hilarious and entertaining. Nothing like Kenneth Copeland to light up your evening. But it's a topic that's big right now, and it's a tragedy. There's no other. I'm not trying to be melodramatic. I'm not trying to. It's tragic all around. I'm not justifying what Chris did. What Chris did was horrible. It's disgusting. It literally made me want to throw up when I heard it. But I knew it was just going to end bad. It ended worse than I could have ever imagined, but I think anybody who even remotely paid attention to Chris Chan, even in passing, just said, yeah, they're going to fuck everything up. And God forbid hurt someone else. And they did. Their own mother. I keep thinking, like, he raped his fucking mom. Anyway, ever heard of Shrek Retold? C is in it now, and I question how it's going to age. That and the jokes from people like one plays an Afro Ninja. No, I have not. I have not heard of it. Chris Chan is in it, you mean? Kenosha. I don't even want to, like, I believe that there are people that truly from birth feel that they were born the wrong gender. I don't know all of it, but there is science out there to back it up. And if whatever someone who wants to do with their own body, I feel they should be properly with the right psychiatric medicine and an actual medicine be able to do. I don't think. Well, first off, I always think of Chris Chan from 2010. Okay, I always picture him as that dork wearing the shirt that was way too tight with the Sonichu around his neck. And he'll always be that weird dude to me. But him, I don't think he truly felt he was transgender. I think that I don't even know. Like, I just don't think that I don't think that Chris Chan, I don't think he knew anything about himself. You know? I don't think he knew anything. You know, it's tough not to go into that topic, and I know people are hair are going to be on fire. But, you know, Chris Chan identifies, I don't even know if they identify as a woman. So I know it was going to be brought up. What does Chris Chan's, first off, Chris Chan, I don't even think he knows that he's on a different planet. So what does him being voting Democrat have to do with anything? What's up, Camelot, by the way? I knew that was eventually going to come up with gender identity. There was no way around it. Thank you very much. You're listening to this while cleaning up your mom's house. I'm not misgendering, man. Yeah, beautiful angel blossom. Yeah, it's not just a sexual thing when you transition. It's a whole, your whole life changes. It's not just, that's why like people are like, oh, I don't know. People are so judgmental over, if someone feels that they were born, if they were a male and they feel that they inside that they are a woman, and they go through the mental health checks that I know you have to go through, and they start getting the hormone treatment, and that makes them, that makes their life better and improves their quality of life, I think that's fantastic. I don't even understand why that's an issue. That's it. Okay. That's their life. Why do you care? That's how I feel about everything. You know what I mean? But I don't even want to get into this trap of this. Let's just leave it at that. You guys know that I'm equal opportunity, and that's it. I don't even want to get deep into that because I feel like no matter where I go, I'm going to step into a verbal bear trap. So let's just stop it there. You know? And I knew that was eventually going to come up because of Chris Chan and the fact that, you know, people are getting like, Rich, you know, I look at Chris Chan. It's not that I'm doing it to be offensive. I just always, my instinct, and it's not even that it just knee-jerk reaction, because I always think of Chris Chan from 2010 when he was filming on his PS3 in his room that was full of a bunch of shit because they're hoarders. You know what I mean? That's like that's the reason why I do it. It's not because I'm looking to demean him, or it's not that I'm looking to demean anyone in the trans community. It's just I think of Chris Chan as, I'm looking for a boyfriend-free girl that will, you know, so I don't have to hump a blow-up doll or pay for a hooker anymore. He actually he admitted that he paid for a hooker. Like, I'm not even laughing at that because, like I said, nothing about this is funny, especially now that we know how it ended. But wow, it's like a very sad end of an era, because people, even though we knew it was going to end bad, I think everyone hoped it didn't, because Chris Chan was just such a ridiculous meme that I think people wanted it to keep going. But I think we all knew. Yes, he fucked a blow-up doll. He fucked he fucked a female blow-up doll and filmed it because he's Chris Chan. Whatever, though. I knew that the gender identity thing, with me going back and forth and forgetting and calling him a male when they identify as a female, was going to be brought up, and because he is trans, it was going to be brought up, and I knew eventually I was going to be painted into a corner to talk about it. So there is my take. You know, all I'm saying is being confused about your gender is a warning sign. I appreciate the super chat. You know, they will go there. I've heard that most of the trans community has always disowned Chris Chan. Yeah, because I think even the trans community looks at Chris Chan and they're like, yeah, dude, we don't even think that you think. I don't even think that Chris Chan thinks that he's human. Like, I don't think he knows anything that's going on. The guy has not been on this planet from the first video I've watched of Chris Chan. And I'm not talking about his autism. Like, I want to make sure that's abundantly clear, too, because people are like, no, I'm not going there. And it's not me even, like, you know, trying to protect. Like, I know people that are autistic. You wouldn't even know that they're autistic, or even, like, ones, depending on where they are in the spectrum, they still live fully functional lives and would never even think of doing the shit that Chris Chan has done. Hack Channel, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. He was disowned by it. That doesn't surprise me. Gee, Beautiful Angel Blossom, I fucking wonder why. Maybe they also, you know, because of how he acted, and they also knew that something really bad was coming and it does not reflect them, that they wanted to distance themselves. Makes fucking sense to me. Because the super chat's still up there, man. Once the super chat's gone, that's when I take the shirt off. That's how it goes. It's fair. He paid for, there we go. Now it's gone. So there you go. I knew that giant bear trap of a conversation was coming, though. I knew it was coming. There was no other way around it. You know, and that's part of live streaming it, is that you're going to get into those snags. So, and we're at the 2-hour mark, too, and I have to piss, and I'm tired. I'm running on like 4.5 hours of sleep. I had my kids all day. I've been running around like a madman. But, you know, that's you know, it's one of the things with streaming is that topics, especially with where my streams go, interesting and uncomfortable topics are going to come up, and you're going to, you know, we're talking about a person who just raped their mother. So I didn't mean for it to go that way. It is what it is, man. It's just, you know, it was inevitable. It was inevitable, you know. Anyway, guys, it's that time. We're up pretty much at the 2-hour mark. Regular chat and super chat. I appreciate all you guys. I will be back. I already got topics for tomorrow. Then I got to work on some other stuff. And I'll be back tomorrow night with another live stream, too. So thank you for coming through. I'll see you guys tomorrow with videos, and I'll see you back on this channel with another live stream. Have a good night.